It is said that into each life a little rain must fall. To keep it out of your mobile home, you need the PermaSeal rubber roofing system from the Ropac Roofing Company. The PermaSeal EPDM rubber membrane simply won't leak. You'll never have to worry about the messy job of coating your roof. The PermaSeal membrane is guaranteed for as long as you own your home, and the system adds almost no extra weight to your roof. The R8 insulation placed under the membrane helps keep heat inside in the winter and outside in the summer, saving energy. But how is a PermaSeal roof installed? The first step is to remove the existing penetrations. The roof jack, bathroom fan vent, water heater vent, and all plumbing vent flashings are all removed and discarded. These vents will be replaced with new vents as part of the project. The plumbing vents are cut and a coupling is installed. Any non-functioning openings are covered with a layer of 1/4 inch plywood. Next, a layer of 2-inch EPS, expanded polystyrene insulation, is installed. EPS insulation is similar to styrofoam. It is flexible, yet rigid, and can be manufactured in virtually any length. Mobile homes generally have roof trusses every 16 inches. We first locate the center of the truss. Then the first sheet of EPS is installed crosswise, so that the edge of the sheet aligns with the center of the underlying roof truss. From there, the rest of the sheets are installed, making sure that the joints and the insulation align with the roof truss. We install temporary screws and fasteners until all of the sheets are installed. When installing a sheet over a vent coupling, align the sheet properly and press down on the area of the vent coupling to make an indentation on the insulation sheet. Using the indentation as a reference mark, cut out the hole for the coupling. Using a chalk line and a hot knife, the edge of the EPS is trimmed to the edge of the roof. Next, a rubber glue strip is installed around the perimeter of the roof. The glue strip is secured with a galvanized steel corner bead. The corner bead is fastened with a special 2 7/8 screw every 10 to 12 inches. The corner bead not only secures the glue strip, it also secures the insulation at the perimeter. This gives the insulation a hard edge and straightens out any imperfections caused by irregularities in the existing roof. The temporary screws and fasteners are removed, and screws with a 3-inch metal disc are installed to fasten the insulation in the center of the roof, making sure the screw is driven into a roof truss. Duct tape is placed along the corner bead, wherever there is a seam or corner, to further protect the roof membrane. After the surface has been fully prepared, the EPDM, or ethylene propylene diene monomer rubber membrane, is pulled up on the roof. The rubber membrane is a single piece. The membrane has been folded accordion style onto the truck, so 2 men can easily pull it up onto the roof. The membrane comes in rolls 200 feet long and up to 17 feet wide. We cut what we need, fold it, and load it onto the truck. The membrane is unfolded and straightened out, aligning it so that the extra rubber material on each side is equal in length. Next, the rubber is folded back at the front and the back, exposing the glue strip. A special type of rubber-to-rubber contact cement is applied to the glue strip and the underside of the rubber membrane. It is allowed to dry until it is tacky but not wet. The rubber is given one last slight stretch, then it is adhered to the glue strip. Pressure is applied to get a good seal. The process is then repeated at both sides. A broom is used to remove any looseness in the roof membrane. The EPDM rubber membrane will expand and contract as the temperature changes. Gluing it around the perimeter prevents the membrane from pulling up at the edge as the sheet contracts. In a normal installation, the rubber is folded over the edge and the termination bar is installed just above the existing aluminum gutter rail. We put a screw in the bar every 3 feet to temporarily hold it in place, then go back and fasten the bar permanently, giving the membrane a slight tug to eliminate any wrinkles as we place the screws. The extra membrane is then trimmed off. A vinyl trim is inserted into the termination bar. This mobile home is also receiving our optional seamless gutter system. In this case, we will first remove a portion of the existing aluminum gutter rail. The gutter rail is scored using a utility knife with a sharp blade and bent so that it will snap off, leaving no sharp edges, protecting the rubber. The aluminum gutter is installed. The rubber is glued into the gutter, rolled with a rubber roller, and any extra membrane is trimmed. This seals the gutter so water won't run behind the gutter and down the side of the home. Finally, gutter hangers are installed. Then the aluminum termination bar is installed approximately 2¼ inches below the roof line. The aluminum termination bar is fastened with stainless steel screws to resist rusting. A vinyl trim is installed in the termination bar to cover the screws and provide an attractive finish. Any extra rubber material below the termination bar on the front and back of the home is trimmed with a utility knife. An extension is installed on the plumbing vent pipes and made watertight with a rubber boot-type flashing device. The rubber membrane is cleaned using a special cleaner, and a primer is applied to the rubber membrane to improve the adhesion to the flashing boot. The boot flashing comes with adhesive pre-applied. The boot is installed, rolled with a rubber roller, and a clamp is installed. The roof jack is installed, as well as the vent over the bathroom fan, water heater vent, and any other penetrations removed at the beginning of the job. A square collar is fabricated from the rubber membrane, large enough to extend beyond the flashing device, 4 inches on all sides. A hole is cut in the collar, 1 inch less than the diameter of the penetration. The rubber membrane and the collar are cleaned, and rubber-to-rubber splicing adhesive is applied on both surfaces. Again, the adhesive is allowed to dry until it's tacky. The collar is stretched down over the penetration and sealed to the roof using the rubber roller. Finally, the device is wrapped with a piece of EPDM rubber flashing. The EPDM rubber flashing is moldable and has a factory-installed adhesive. It too is rolled with a rubber roller. The seam on the rubber collar is then caulked. The roofing system can be installed on any type of roof configuration. If a mobile home roof has a slope, no problem. If a mobile home roof has multiple roof levels or additions, again, no problem. The rubber membrane can be adapted to any style roof. The Permaseal rubber roof from the Ropac Roofing Company simply won't leak.